What's up, guys? Welcome to your Bitcoin live stream update. We're going to talk about this chart here in a little bit. This is the one I put on the thumbnail. If you guys are new here, make sure you subscribe to the channel, smash that like button. And if you're watching this after the live, definitely make sure you leave a comment. It helps the YouTube algorithm, and share the video if you would. We'll be talking about this chart in a little bit. We'll zoom out and see what I'm looking at. Let's get into the same old chart we've been looking at forever. We did make some hidden bearish divergence here from this high to this high. We made a lower high in the price action, higher high in the RSI, and we are seeing the effects of that right now. How far will this drop? That is the question. Are we going to get a bounce around the mid 37 range, somewhere in there? That's what I'm expecting. I did go in a short yesterday. I kind of hinted to it in my Twitter. If you follow me on Twitter, it's at CryptoSavvy1. I put a video in there kind of with the name in it short. If you guys caught on to that, congrats. Again, I never tell anyone to long, short, buy, sell, none of that. That's all up to you. I show you my ideas and my opinions, and it's up to you to learn how to read the charts and make your own mind up. But anyway, as you guys know, I'm still looking for the possible lower lows down here for wave 5 down. It's still definitely a possibility, but there is also the possibility we've talked about that wave 5 ended here, and we could see as high as that $50,000 range for wave B, and then continue down from there, and possibly sub 10,000 by the beginning of next year, sometime in the first couple months. So keep an eye on this stuff, guys. Like I said, I'm still sticking with this count. It has not been invalidated in any way, shape, or form. Let's talk about, so this is the triangle we were looking at. It does have a couple targets here that we looked at as the breakout, 45 being the first one. If you guys were watching back here, I'd said I would, if you wanted to long right here around that 32.6, a break of that. And if it did, I would definitely put your stops in profit if you are in a long here. Also, we have a higher target possibility, and that's right around that 50,000 range that we've been talking about for months and months and months and months. But like I said, we did get some major bearish divergence here. Now we could get another push up, and we'll talk about that on the next chart. We talked about it a little bit yesterday. Would be somewhere around in here. Now this moves down. This is a descending trend line, so let's move it down to somewhere around right around this area, 42.5, somewhere in there. But that trend line is off of these two peaks up here, and I'd said it may be a reason to get a little bullish. If we do break this, come back down, test it for support, and move up from there. We're going to look at the bearish count here. This is looking at this as an extended fifth wave. Now this is just an idea, guys. Looking at this as wave 1, 2, 3. This is still all 4, and then looking for 5 down. That would make this a wave 1, 2, 3, all the way down to around 20,500. 4 back up to 25.4, and then back down to 28.3 or 12.8. Now if this was to happen, then I would not be expecting the under 10,000 by the beginning of next year. And this would be towards the end of this year, and then possibly get a huge run after that, if that was to happen. Let's zoom in a little bit here. We're going to go into the 1 hour. If you guys were watching my Twitter this morning, I did post these targets for the break of this triangle. Now, if you watched this yesterday, I did have this bottom line up here. We were going off of this wick and said watch for a break of this, and I did explain if you shorted the break of this to put your stops above this top trend line. If you did that, if you followed that, that is how you play a breakout, a triangle breakout. And if you did do that, then you're probably in some pretty good profits right now. Make sure to put your stops in profit always. I did put a short in there, like I said, and right now I'm at 52% profit. I do have my stops up at 39. Wait, let's see where I got them here. I got my stops at 39.6 right now, which would be a small profit if I do get stopped out, but that means that I cannot lose this trade now. So anyways, let me get over here. So if we look at, if you guys are familiar with my EMA strategy, let's take a look at that real quick. Our 21 EMA is looking to cross the 55 here. If that happens, not this hourly, but the next hourly candle, if it opens and closes below the 39, let's say, yeah, right around 39.20, which is the 8 EMA. If it opens and closes below there, that gives me a 1 hour short signal. But like I said, I'm already in a short. But let's take a look at these measured moves here. So this one off of the triangle, if we take this measured move, put it up to the highest point of the triangle, bring it down to where we broke down over here, that gets us around that 37.4, 37.5 range. We also have the 200 EMA right around the 37.1, somewhere in there. So we could be going down to that range, guys. If we don't come back up, it is possible we come back and retest this around 39,950 or so and come back down, but it's not looking like that's going to happen if this EMA sell signal pops off. We do have these other measured moves here. This one was looking at this as a rising wedge. The break here gets us the first target of 38.3, 38.4 actually, and then we could look at this as a bear flag and look at where it broke down here. That gets us that 37.4. Also, then we have, looking at this as a bear flag, also 37.6. So either way, it is pointing down here. Our volume is declining while price is trying to rise, but I would look for a rejection here somewhere around the 39.50 range possibly. Like I said, that 8 EMA, if the next hourly, which opens in about 20 minutes, if it opens and closes below that 39.40 range, that would be a bearish sign. Let's zoom out a little bit. So I showed you the bearish count. Now let's look over at the bullish count that I showed you guys yesterday, that this is wave 1, 2, 3 would get us up to around 42, 4 would get us back down to around that 37.2, and then ultimately get up to the 45.2, which would be wave 5, which would be C, and then we would look for, or I'm sorry, that would be wave B, and then C down, and that would be if this was the end of wave 5 of A. If you guys have been watching the channel, you'll know what I'm talking about there. We are showing a little bit of bullish divergence right here. From this low to this low, we have hidden bullish divergence in an uptrend. So we could get that pop up to that 42, but I still think it's possible we see the 37.5 first. If you guys are interested in trading, definitely check out PrimeXBT, my favorite exchange. They don't trade against you. There's no KYC. You can trade crypto, forex, gold, silver, S&P, Dow Jones, oil, all kinds of different stuff on one exchange. And you can have multiple trades in. You can set up multiple charts on your screen just like this. This is Bitcoin. I have a 15-minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, and daily. So you can kind of keep an eye on the whole picture. But you can have longs and shorts all at the same time. Multiple longs, multiple shorts. They don't bunch them all together like the scammy exchanges. And you don't see the big scam wicks like you see on the other exchanges. If you are interested in it, check out the video on my YouTube page. Let's go to it right now. I'll show you where it's at. And you could use my promo codes, Savvy50. That'll get you 50% on top of whatever you deposit as a bonus. So if you put in 1 Bitcoin, you get a half a Bitcoin bonus. Choose towards your margin. Savvy25 will get you 25% off your fees. It's all explained in this video right here, and the links are below in the description. There's also a BYBIT link here. BYBIT's doing a $1,600. I know some people prefer BYBIT. I do not, but they are giving a $1,600 bonus. And there's some free tutorials here. This is all on my YouTube homepage. Definitely check it out. One more time, don't forget to scroll under the video, smash that like button. I see we have 233 likes and 700 people watching. Take a second out, guys. Doesn't cost you anything. Hit down, smash that thumbs up. And if you are on your mobile, just exit the chat for a second. You'll see the option, hit the thumbs up. And if you're on Google TV, all you have to do is go to the bottom left-hand side of the screen and it says more actions. Hit that and it'll give you the option. So anyways, this is what we're looking at. If we do get this wave 5 up, I think that's, or 5 waves up, I think that would just be wave C, or I'm sorry, B, and then C down in towards the end of the year. This also is showing something we could be going much further down if we do not get back above this trend line here. We've been talking about this for a few days. We could also make this trend line a different way, and I'll do that right now just to show you. It could be going off of these lows here. Although, where would that get us? That would get us down to around the 38. But anyway, I'm going to keep it how I already had it drawn here for now. And we talked about this yesterday. A break of this trend line does give us the possibility to go all the way down to 30,800. Now, that doesn't mean we have one red candle. Anyone that understands any of this knows that we're going to have bounces along the way. This is a possibility. There's also a high volume node at 31.8. We did break this trend line on the hourly that we spoke about yesterday on the RSI on the video. If you were paying attention, we did break through that. So that was another confirmation of a short. But let's look at where we're at now. We are retesting that trend line. That trend line, as of right now, lines up with the 8 EMA. Same thing we were just talking about for the short signal on the next hourly, around 39.20. We'll see what happens there. Make sure you guys are watching, pay attention. If you want to draw your own charts, start learning. If you scroll down in the links down below, there is a trading view link in there. It's totally free. You can set up an account, and you can start out a free one. You get, I think, 5 free indicators and some other stuff with it. If you decide this is something you do want to do, and after you play with it for a while, it starts making sense to you, then you can get a paid version and get more indicators and whatnot. So let's take a look at the bigger picture. Like I said, I do believe this is the end of wave 5 here. I do think this could go a whole lot lower, guys. Like I said, this 41.6 is going to be a huge area to watch, which is the 0.382 fib. And then if we come back down to the 0.5 fib around 34,350, we'll probably get a little bounce there. But if we break this area again, like I said, I have been and still am looking for the 25.2 to 25 or 27.2, the golden pocket zone, still looking for that area. And then we have the 9,500 high volume node here, which I don't think we go straight down, guys. As you guys know, I said if we get this bounce for B and then C sometime the beginning of next year, this is a very good possibility. Again, nobody knows for sure where the market's going. If they're telling you they do, just like all the people screaming 100,000, sounds great, but they're just screaming a number. There's literally nothing in the charts that's actually showing that as of right now. If you guys want to help support the channel, scroll down. This is my wife's webpage, inkerimage.com. If you're new to trading, she does have a divergence cheat sheet here. It is a mouse pad. Definitely check it out. It looks like this. If you guys are new to trading, it really helps. Divergence is one of the hardest things to learn. And we'll take a look at the most hated chart out there. Could we be done with the 4-year cycles and be entering a 10 or 12-year cycle for Bitcoin and see much, much lower lows? The reason I think that's possible, and I'm not saying it's going to happen, but the reason I'm saying it's possible is because I do think traditional markets are in serious trouble. We'll see what happens there. We'll also look at the DXY, Dow Jones, gold, silver, Litecoin, Ethereum, and XRP, so stick around for that. One more time, guys, do not forget to smash that like button. I would appreciate it. All right, so let's take a look at this. These are our arcs from highs and lows. We've talked about this, and let's take a look at every time we entered a bear market. This is the daily chart, but you can see we broke the 200 EMA here, got a fake rally back above it, broke below it, another fake rally above it, but let's see what happened. That was in 2014. Let's look what happened after 2017. Same thing, guys. And we even had a little one right here in the 2019. Came down below the 200 and broke back above the 55. As you can see, each time that's a fake out, a bear trap. That's where we're at now. We're broken back above. We could see the same exact thing come up a little bit higher, come back down, even test it one more time. But I do believe that we are in a bear market. I still believe that. Is it guaranteed? Nope, nothing's guaranteed. But I do still believe that we are in a bear market. Let's take a look at something else I was looking at this morning. This is the NVT down below. And if you look, every time after the top, the red here, we had a top. Next time we showed red, that was the next top. We never made it back up to a new high. Back here was our top. NVT turned red, came back down. We got our fake bounce here. Well, I don't want to say fake bounce. It was a real bounce, but it was a bull trap. We turned red again right in here, and we never made new all-time highs. We were all in the red here, right here. Right now we are red again, and I do believe if it happens just like it did back in these, we're not going to see a new all-time high this year. My opinion, doesn't have to be yours. Now this is what I put on the thumbnail. This is a chart we've been watching for quite some time. I'm going to go into the 3-day, then when I zoom back in, I'll go into the daily just so I can fit it all on here. As you guys know, these are the Fibonacci channels going up here. We went off the highs and the lows. And then if you look here, we had a parabolic arc. Once we broke that, we were in a bear market. Parabolic arc, once we broke it, bear market. Parabolic arc, once we broke it, bear market. Still my opinion, doesn't have to be yours. But anyways, this is still what I am looking at here. And if we zoom in, let's go on the daily. And then I'll go over the rest of this. I'll get in the chat, see what you guys think. And if you just want to argue, then you don't understand trading. Anyways, so we are at that 0.382 fib right now. It's around 39.1. Let's see if we close this daily below here, then chances are we continue lower. This is going to be new resistance. It was old support. And I had talked about this for the last few videos. If you guys are paying attention, I said if we can start opening and closing dailies above this for a week or so, which we have not now, we are below, but let's see if it closes above. We could be coming all the way back down to this next fib. That lines up with right around 24.7. And that's also off of these 2 wicks here, this trend line. So something I'm looking at. Now, if you guys haven't seen this before, the green line is the DXY and then Bitcoin in the background. Every time the dollar, the DXY tops on this top trend line, Bitcoin bottoms. Every time the dollar bottoms on this bottom trend line, Bitcoin tops. Happens every time. So the analysis shows it. So I'm showing you guys things that point to what's making my decisions, in my opinion. Very bearish. Everything's still looking bearish. Let's take a look at the dollar index. So we made higher lows right here. This is on the 4-hour. Lower lows right here. That's hidden bullish divergence, but I gave you guys a couple targets. We may not be done dropping for the DXY, and that may be what gives Bitcoin its next little leg up. And looking at this blue line here as the bottom of a rising wedge, the target of that gets us to around 91.5. And if we look at this whole thing as a rising channel to where we broke down here, that gets us around let's move this up here, 91.1, somewhere in that range. I would expect a massive bounce at these points. Let's look at the RSI. Yeah, the RSI backs that up. If we get down to these lower levels, I see a huge, and that'll still be just even if this drop back down again, guys, it's still going to give us hidden bullish divergence either way. So let's look at the Dow. It should be open now. It is. And we are above the 35,000 points right now. Like I said, we could get another high here, but either way, we're still just showing bearish divergence. This is the weekly. We're showing it all the way back from February of 2018. And then we have a smaller one here from January of 2020. And now we are just making some more lower highs in the RSI, higher highs in the price action, bearish divergence. It is all over this chart. Gold, still have our target. We talked about this yesterday, possibly being an A, B, C, and then back down to possibly the 1600 range. My first target's 1677. If we do reach this 1872, we don't have to. We did show some bearish divergence, hidden bearish divergence here. Lower highs in the price action, higher highs in the RSI. That is hidden bearish divergence on gold. And silver is still getting rejected at this trend line. As you guys know, my silver targets are 21.8 and 20 bucks down here. And Litecoin, nothing has changed here. Still looking for possibly come back down, test this $100 zone. If that breaks, we have a trend line here from way back, looking at 90 bucks. If that breaks, if Bitcoin does see that sub 10,000 the beginning of next year, looking for around a $50 Litecoin. We are showing some hidden bullish divergence. Might get a little another bump up if Bitcoin gets its bump up that we've been talking about. And we were looking at this as a possible Adam and Eve. Highest I see this going is around 31.30, somewhere in that range, but it's still just showing major divergence here, guys, all over the board. We are getting some, well, nope, we're not really getting no divergence there. We still got bearish divergence here from these highs on the RSI. Higher highs in the price action, lower highs in the RSI, bearish divergence. But as you guys know, still my Ethereum target is between 1,000 and 1,300. And if Bitcoin does go to that sub 10K, we could be looking for a $500 Ethereum. XRP still just playing in that same area. Doesn't look so hot right now. Could it get another leg up? Yeah, possibly. It might go test that 80 cent range, but my targets for XRP have not changed either. Around the 43 cent range. If that breaks, around 24. And I think that's about it. Let's get back over to these charts. Take a look at what's going on here. We'll zoom in and I'll get into the chat and see what you guys think. I know there's probably a lot of haters in here, and haters run deep. XRP to $3. Well, good luck with that, crypto man. Pump it, Sir Elon Musk, sir. Take us to Project X home. Oh, Mark. Genius, diligent work, savvy. Great to have you back here. So much appreciated by the realist traders. Great work. Thank you. Thank you, man. I appreciate the support, man. Oh, yeah, lots of conflict happening here today. You'll always have that. I mean, if you'll notice, the whole world is split right now, fighting at sides. The market's just another way for people to fight. Literally, I don't hate bulls. Bulls seem to hate bears. That's on them. I'm willing to look at other opinions, but I'm showing you guys proof of what I see. A lot more bearish things in the chart than there are bullish at this time. That's what I'm seeing. Maybe I'm seeing it wrong. Who knows? Again, nobody knows exactly what the market's going to do. If they're telling you they do, they are full of crap. What is your upside target before the bear trap ends? You might want to watch the very beginning of the video, Matt. I did explain that. So do you think if manipulation BitBoy is talking about could change the way things are supposed to play out, judging on the charts? I look at the charts only. I don't believe in manipulation because all markets are manipulated if you want to look at it that way. If you buy, sell, long, short, you're manipulating the market, right? Maybe you don't have enough money to make a big difference, but you're still manipulating the markets. That's how markets work. And I'm going to explain something real quick too. Like a lot of people are saying, oh, the whales are buying, the whales are buying. If you understand how markets work, those guys will buy spot, meaning they will buy real Bitcoin just at the price, right? And move the price up. Well, before they do that, they probably go on to leverage exchanges. They put in some longs. So when they buy, they're making money, on their longs. Well, the same thing. They can buy that. And then when they're ready to sell, they'll put in a bunch of shorts and they'll make money as they're selling. Guys, there's a lot more to this market than the on-chain crap. I don't believe in the on-chain analysis. That can change in a split second at any time. There are whales out there with wallets big enough to kill Bitcoin. Period. Guys, what's the use of trolling the chats if you don't agree? It can be... trolls, if you watch them in here, you can just tell they're usually immature. They have no idea as how markets work. They're just full of hope that it only goes up because they can only make money if it goes up. That's why trading is such a beautiful thing. You can make money no matter what happens in the price if you trade properly. And use risk management. By risk management, guys, that means if you have $100 in your account, you don't risk 50% of that to get a trade. You risk 1, maybe 2%, is where you would put your stops. And then once you get into profit, if you move that down, okay, so we had our 1 hour cross of the 21 crossing the 55 EMA. Remember what I said? If we open and close below this 8 EMA, and we've already opened below it, now if we close below 38,991, if we close this hourly below that, that is a sell signal with the EMA strategy. If you guys haven't checked that out, go over to my web page, or not my web page, but my YouTube channel. Let me get this on here. Right here. If you go down to here, I do have an EMA strategy. I show there's a couple other tutorials there. Definitely check them out. There's some on using the RSI, finding chart patterns, things like that. Definitely check them out. They are very helpful, totally free. I don't charge for anything, any of that stuff. Let's go back over to right here. Like I said, this is not a sell signal yet on the hourly, but if we open and close below the ADMA, it is a sell signal. That doesn't mean we can't go up a little bit after that before going down, but it does give you a good sell signal, and you can back test that on your own and check it out. Why don't I trade altcoins? DB asked. Why trade multiple coins and have multiple things to look at and have to spend more time doing it if you can literally make a living off of just Bitcoin alone? There's no reason to do the other crap. That's my opinion. That's my way. And alts are way more risky. Yeah, you can trade alts and make a lot of money if that's what you choose. I don't choose to. I like just trading Bitcoin. That's all I need to trade. Leaving, yet you probably shirts for channels to give you your bullish hopium. You can see people are arguing. Don't argue with the trolls. Obviously, guys, if you just look at the things they say, like I said, you can tell they're immature, just hopeful. They can't believe that they're wrong and Bitcoin could go down. So, like I said, there's no reason to argue with them. They're obviously blinded and they don't understand markets. Think Sella lost a lot of money and is frustrated. Wish I had found you earlier, Savvy. Would have saved me a lot of money. Right on. Like, you know, the bullish channels, I won't say any names, but they were telling you guys to buy up here, that we were going to 100,000, we were going to 75,000. They were telling you to buy all the way down, and they were dead wrong, but nobody wants to talk about that. They just want to talk about now it's gone up a little bit after going down a shit ton, and they were right, it's going to 100,000. Shit cracks me up, man. What would happen if someone like Soros had, or who has billions, shorted Bitcoin? I've explained, you know, everybody wants this blow off top. Guys, this was huge money. This is how huge money tops a market, with the distribution. They distributed all their coins out to people before they dumped. This is a redistribution, I still thoroughly believe. It was a clear head and shoulders at the top. It was a clear wick-off distribution pattern. Soul Extender said Bitcoin could be dropping to $1 and still the trolls would be there. Yeah, trolls are there. Even the bulls, you know, they have trolls in their chat. Don't be a troll, guys. Don't argue. You know, if someone's opinion doesn't match up with yours, so be it. At least take what people say, you know, and look at it, but there's no reason to argue. That's a waste of energy. I know, because I used to do it. I could care less now about what trolls do, say, think. There's always going to be trolls. They're miserable people, and misery loves company. Don't give them company. DeMoss, I already looked at Ethereum. Nothing's changed. I still see the same thing. Right, is this a bear flag on BTC? Depends on what time frame you're looking at. This looks like a bear flag playing out. Yes. Once a troll, always a troll, right? Like I said, trolls are just miserable, attention-seeking, miserable people that hate to have anyone think a different way than they do. Alt just follow BTC, so instead of trading 100 alts, just do a bigger position on BTC. Makes sense to me, Jonathan. Majority of trolls are, I won't even say that because I got shadow banned for a long time for just getting political. So I do not get political on this channel, and I will not get political. Most bulls blinded by emotion, never showing equal amount of evidence to, yeah, like I said, there's evidence that we could go higher. 100,000, I don't see it. And I showed you that in the beginning of the video, but in all reality, there are way more bearish signs than there are bullish at this time. That can change, but right now, a lot more bearish than bullish signs. XRP didn't even make a new all-time high. This bull market, doesn't that suggest it could still pop? I mean, it could, but doesn't mean it has to. Hell no. There are no guarantees in any market. Like I said, nobody. And okay, I want to look at something else. So let's look at this big picture. Everybody's saying that, and it happens all the time. Everybody, institutions are buying. They're going to buy here. They're going to buy. If they're going to buy here and they know this is going to 100,000, it would go to 100,000 in no time because they would buy the shit out of it right now. That's not how it works. I don't think institutions give a shit about it. They did up here so they could dump it on you, but right now, I don't think they give a shit. Why would anyone get blah, blah, blah? Savvy sounds like Richard Hart. Richard Hart actually is kind, you know, I used to be one of the people, like a maximalist, that thinks that for sure nothing can stop Bitcoin, blah, blah, blah. But in reality, some people are going to hate me for saying this. I do believe in Bitcoin and it could be something. Is it right now? I think Bitcoin is a game and it's a great way to make money if you know how to trade it. VP said, if you're an investor, just dollar cost average at a comfortable price. Don't invest more than you can live without. Pretty much, man, because there are no guarantees that it's just going to go up forever. Right now, we're touching that 8 EMA. Remember, we have over 40 minutes before, actually over 50 minutes before watching this close. If this closes below that 8 EMA, that would be a sell signal on the hourly. Hey, Savvy, thanks for the good vibe on Twitter. Right on, man. Big buys happening on OTC, supplies, everything. Look on chain. I just explained that. Even if they're buying tons of it, they could sell that. They're buying it to sell it while they put shorts on exchanges on leverage, and they sell it, push the price down, and make a killing off the shorts they put in. Don't you guys understand how this works yet? Hey, Savvy, you missed my last super chat. Oh, sorry, man. Ninja Killer 999, is it realistic to 10x a trading account in a year? Easily. And thanks for a super chat, brother. Bro, close your shorts. BTC is going up. Like I said, I got my stops at 39.6 in a small profit. And I'm going to just keep them there. I'm not worried about it. I got my take profits down at 37.6, in case you wondered. Bitcoin missed the blow off top. Altcoins had the blow off top. You don't have to buy Bitcoin to trade your Bitcoin for all coins like the last bull run. That's the difference. That does make sense, Jason. Toby, sometimes we bounce off the 1.6 fib. 1.618 in a bull and go to new all-time high. Sometimes we do. It doesn't have to be the same every time, people. Ninja Killer, thanks for the super chat. I'm not going to comment on that, bud. I'm not going to be an ass. Will Michael Saylor short his own BTC position? Look at his look at the MicroStrategies chart and you tell me. Look how he was in the .com bubble. Looks like he's doing a repeat. Thanks, VP. Let them troll you now, but time will come for you, Savvy. I'm sure that I've learned a lot from you. All right, man. Thanks. Is 40K a high in a bear market? I don't understand what you're trying to say there. Don't forget, smash the likes, guys. Yes, I'm going to ask multiple times for you to smash the likes because that's what helps YouTube get the videos out and helps the channel get views. I'd appreciate if you guys smashed them. And don't forget to check out my links, my affiliate links down below. You get some kind of discount or something free from all of them, so definitely check them out. That's another way to help support the channel, and you get something back from most of them. Thanks, US man. You still think we will rally up at some point? Yeah, I explained that in the beginning. Like I said, nobody knows for sure, but I'm still looking at this as a possibility. And like I said, if this was the end of wave 5, we could see as high as 50,000 and then come back down. Although I don't think that's going to happen right now, it is a possibility. Like I said, keep an eye on this hourly close here. If we close below this 39.30, 39.40, right in that range, if we close below that, that's pretty much going to give you a sell signal there. We have plenty of time for that to close and see what happens. But we did get our EMA cross here. And remember, after the cross, you look at the next candle has to open, which it did, below all the EMAs and close. So it hasn't closed yet. We'll wait for that close. Usman. All right, Usman. Usman? Is that how you say it? Sorry if I mispronounce it. But all right. Your thoughts on Ethereum BTC chart? I haven't really looked at it. If I do another live stream, which I haven't been doing a lot of second ones, but if I do another one today, I'll go into some stuff like that and look at some altcoins for you guys. So make sure you tick your notification bell. That'll get you notified when I post new videos. Smash that like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, don't forget to join our free Discord. Links down below. Totally free. Great community. Good bunch of people in there, both bulls and bears. But a lot of good people learning charts, a lot of help in there. Definitely check it out if you haven't. Raymond Savvy, I'm back from Norway. Welcome back, Raymond. Jack Boston, do you think buying BTC under 20K is a good buy for the long term? Yeah, as long as Bitcoin continues to do what it's been doing. But there's no guarantees that that's what it's going to continue to do. Like I said, keep an eye on the traditional markets, guys. That's huge. Keep an eye on traditional markets. Keep an eye on the Dow. Traditional markets don't look healthy at all. At all. Europe sold while USA was sleeping. Thoughts on shorting now? If you're not in a position, I probably wouldn't enter one. But if you'd like to, that's on you. I'll never tell anybody what to do. Thanks, Special K. All right, guys. I'll answer a couple more questions, and I think I'm going to get out of here. What time is it? Yeah, I think I'm going to get out of here. Like I said, I may do another live stream later this afternoon some point. Ruben, hey, Savvy. Thanks always for your perspective and the content. You're truly appreciated. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. It's nice to feel appreciated. If you are new here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, guys. And if you're watching this video after the live stream, make sure you leave a comment. It just helps the YouTube algorithm, and I do appreciate that. Jonathan, I've been following you for a while and now I started trading. I started a week ago with $55 and now I have 102. Thanks for the inspiration. Right on, man. Just remember, always manage your risk. Don't try to get rich off one trade. You don't have to always be in a trade. Look for good setups with, high probability where you usually around support or resistance, so you can get your stops tight and ride the winners. If you get stopped out, wait for the next. People say they get wrecked. Well, if you use stops, you won't get wrecked. Jay, that's funny shit there. And Matthew said, "Dear noobs, please buy the Moonboy Hopium because the sharks need your money." That's funny. All right, guys. Watch for this hourly close. If you don't know what I'm talking about, rewind the video a bit. But other than that, guys, I am going to get out of here. I continue to learn from you and finally making money. Thanks for the time you give us. Well, thanks for the comments, man. I appreciate it. Thanks a lot, guys. I'm out. Have a great day, and I will see you in the next video.